To Saturday morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you are. So glad you are all here today, joining for another lovely daily antidote of song. Not really sure what today's date is or day is. I know it's 1,200 and something or other. Maybe somebody will let me know. So I'm super excited today to be in the room with Brendan Taaffe coming in from his home in Brattleboro, Vermont, with his dog Blue saying hello. And we'll get back to Brendan in a moment. We want to say a quick thank you, of course, to Carpe Diem Arts for running and hosting the Daily Antidote of Song for all of these many years. And a big hello to everybody out there on the live stream. Thanks, live stream, for joining us. Super glad you're here today. And folks in the room, Dick and Kathy coming in from Victoria, BC. We think probably still in their pajamas. Good to see you guys. Kevin in DC, hi there. Bob and Mabel and the Bears on the same screen. What a treat. Nice to see you guys together. Carolyn White, nice to have you with us today. I'm not sure if I know you yet, but I'm glad you're here. Trish in the UK, visiting in the UK. That's Trish from Victoria in the UK. I love it. Got to see her in the screen with some Daily Antidoters the other day that they were meeting for the first time. Kathy in Colorado, lovely to see you. Dally in Maryland. Susan in Ohio, hello. Hi, Sheila in Florida. Michelle and Steve in Silver Spring, Maryland. Hey, Arlene in Berkeley, California. Aloysius in Massachusetts. Bob in Albany. Storm in Massachusetts. Jamie in Virginia. Hello, Kevin Ennis coming in from New Hampshire. Lots of love to you. Great to see you smiling. Susan in Seattle, hello. Kathleen in Albuquerque, hello. Cricket in Maryland. And Annette in California, hello and hello. Kat in Vermont. Carol in Connecticut. Hello, Elizabeth in California. And so folks off camera, Hindi from Toronto. Hey, Kay in Texas. Nice to be able to say hello to you in person. Kay's been joining us recently, and we're glad you're here. Hi, Moon in Alexandria. Caroline in DC. Hoda in British Columbia. Bronwyn in Victoria. And Laris popping in from the UK. Great to see all of you guys today. Hey, Laris. I said hi to you. Don't know if you heard me. Nice to see all of you guys today. So glad you're all here. And let's give a big welcome to Brendan Taaffe and give Brendan the floor. Brendan, so happy you're here.
Hey, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. Blue needs to get down now. Great. All right, shall we just go into it? Do a song? Good.
Sure.
So this is a song from Harry Smith's Anthology of American Folk Music. And one of the special things that happens around here in the summer is the Harry Smith Frolic, which is this super quirky old time festival, where it's kind of like other old time festivals generally, which means like there's a field and people camping, and you show up with your instruments and find people to play tunes with. But the quirky and special thing about Harry Smith is the reenactment. And the Saturday night at midnight, there's a bonfire, and each year a different volume of the anthology is chosen to be reenacted, which means you like a whole bunch of people around the fire, and they say, right, track one. Volume 1 happens to be Henry Lee by Dick Justice, and anyone who knows that version of that song gets up and performs it for the group, and then we move on to track 2 and track 3, and so this year was Volume 1, and it was great to be reminded of some of those songs, and this is one of those songs. It's called King Kong Kitchee Kitchee Kaimeo, and it was recorded by Chubby Parker. In the 1920s, Chubby Parker was a banjo player and a whistler, and he had been involved in kind of the minstrel scene and was immensely popular, and did this version of Froggy Went A-Courtin'. And here's how it goes. There's a chorus. It sounds like this. Kaimo, Kimo, Kaimo, Key, way down yonder in a holler tree with an owl and a bat and a bumblebee. King Kong, Kitchee, Kitchee, Kaimeo. We'll break that down. The first line is Kaimo, Kimo, Kaimo, Key. Kaimo, Kimo, Kaimo, Key, way down yonder in a hollow tree. Way down yonder in a hollow tree with an owl and a bat and a bumblebee, with an owl and a bat and a bumblebee. King Kong, Kitchee, Kitchee, Kai-meo. King Kong, Kitchee, Kitchee, Kai-meo. Try the whole thing. Kai-mo-kee, way down yonder in a holler tree, with an owl and a bat and a bumblebee. King Kong, Kitchee, Kitchee, Kai-meo. Great. And then the verses between after each line of the verse, you get to sing the King Kong, Kitchee, Kitchee, Kai-meo part. It's a little bit of a tongue twister by the end. So, and the song is a version of Frog Went A-Courtin'. So that works like this. Mr. Frog went a-courtin', he did ride. King Kong, Kitchee, Kitchee, Kai-meo, with a sword and a pistol by his side. King Kong, Kitchee, Kitchee, Kai-meo. So the two responses are slightly different. The first one is King Kong, Kitchee, Kitchee, Kai-meo. And the second one is King Kong, Kitchee, Kitchee, Kai-meo. Good. And I think we know as much as you need to know about this song. Unfortunately, I never learned how to whistle as a child. Everyone has their own deprivations. That was mine. And there's this beautiful Chubby Parker does this beautiful whistling, and I wish I could. But we'll just have a go, and we'll see. There's a lot of verses. Let's see if I remember them all. Mr. Frog went a-courtin', he did ride. King Kong, Kitchee, Kitchee, Kai-meo, with a sword and a pistol by his side. King Kong, Kitchee, Kitchee, Kai-meo. Kai-mo-kee, way down yonder in a holler tree, with an owl and a bat and a bumblebee. King Kong, Kitchee, Kitchee, Kai-meo. He rode till he came to Miss Mouse's door. King Kong, Kitchee, Kitchee, Kai-meo. There he kneeled down on the floor. King Kong, Kitchee, Kitchee, Kai-meo. Kai-mo-kee, way down yonder in a holler tree, with an owl and a bat and a bumblebee. King Kong, Kitchee, Kitchee, Kai-meo. He took Miss Mouse upon his knee. King Kong, Kitchee, Kitchee, Kai-meo. He said, Miss Mouse, will you marry me? King Kong, Kitchee, Kitchee, Kai-meo. Kai-mo-kee, way down yonder in a holler tree, with an owl and a bat and a bumblebee. King Kong, Kitchee, Kitchee, Kai-meo. Miss Mouse had suitors, 3 or 4. King Kong, Kitchee, Kitchee, Kai-meo, and there they came right in the door. King Kong, Kitchee, Kitchee, Kai-meo. Kai-mo-kee, way down yonder in a holler tree, with an owl and a bat, bumblebee. King Kong, Kitchee, Kitchee, Kai-meo. They grabbed Mr. Frog, began to fight. King Kong, Kitchee, Kitchee, Kai-meo, and that hollow tree was a terrible night. King Kong, Kitchee, Kitchee, Kai-meo. Kai-mo-kee, way down yonder in a holler tree, with an owl and a bat, bumblebee. King Kong, Kitchee, Kitchee, Kai-meo. Mr. Frog hurled the suitors to the floor. King Kong, Kitchee, Kitchee, Kai-meo, with a sword and a pistol killed all 4. King Kong, Kitchee, Kitchee, Kai-meo. Kai-mo-kee, way down yonder in a holler tree, with an owl and a bat and a bumblebee. King Kong, Kitchee, Kitchee, Kai-meo. They went to the parson the very next day. King Kong, Kitchee, Kitchee, Kai-meo, and left on their honeymoon right away. King Kong, Kitchee, Kitchee, Kai-meo. Kai-mo-kee, way down yonder in a holler tree, with an owl and a bat and a bumblebee. King Kong, Kitchee, Kitchee, Kai-meo. Kai-mo-kee, way down yonder in a holler tree, with an owl and a bat and a bumblebee. King Kong, Kitchee, Kitchee, Kai-meo. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, let's give it up for Brendan because I'm slow on the tech and nobody got to see us clapping yet. Thank you so much, Brendan. That was really, really fun to sing. I love that song. I know so many different versions. So I think the first question is, where's the whistling supposed to go?
If I could whistle, it would be Kamoki, way down yonder in a holler tree with an owl and a bat and a bumblebee. King Kong, kitchi kitchi cameo. Do 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 do. And he
That's
does.
awesome.
I think he whistles like the whole. Da, 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 da. There's an intro.
Very nice. All right, so now we all have to go back to our anthologies and give a good listen and get to hear the whistling part because I don't actually remember it. Um, what you want to talk a little bit more about the song? Do you know much about it, history, or?
Um, I don't really. I mean, it's clearly old and it clearly has a lot of versions. Um, but beyond that, I just kind of like lump it into all. There's various songs about uh, us putting our relationship foibles onto animals. I think so. You can kind of at a distance maybe understand them a little better, or chill. Like kids songs. I feel like kids must look at the relationships adults have and think they're so strange, uh, and that these songs are ways of trying to make sense of like, I don't know, they seem to be fighting a lot, but they still stay together. Like until you understand sexual desire, like how does any of that make sense? So that's my theory.
All right, that's really great. I love it. I love it. I love it. I would say with a bunch of teens in our house, we get very, very clearly what they think of the various ways in which we move in the world. And I remember being 17 and looking sort of like halfway at the people around me, thinking like, why would you do
Yeah.
those things and bother with those things? And yeah, then sort of you become one of those things somehow, despite your best efforts. So, do you remember like when you were little, like trying to learn to whistle? Is that like something you actually?
Yeah, and I just I didn't get it. Yeah, I definitely spent time being like, yeah, it just didn't come together for me. So.
That's
I
really.
thought someone wanted to know more about Harry Smith and the anthologies, and it's just like their importance cannot be understated. I would say Harry Smith was like he was a widely creative guy. He did some film and photography as well, but definitely his lasting contribution is he put together these anthologies of at that point little known 78 RPMs of um, primarily rural southern traditional music, and that like without Harry Smith's anthology, would there have been a folk revival? Not sure. It certainly would have looked different, and I think was deeply inspiring to everybody you can think of. Dylan took a lot of stuff from the anthology, and clearly um, Pete Seeger and Mike Seeger and the New Ramblers and like all those people who really kind of uh, got excited about that music and made it more widely known. I think they got excited by the Harry Smith anthology.
Yeah, it's a really amazing anthology. So, first, a show of hands, folks in the room who can whistle. Can we see a show of hands? Who are our whistlers in the room? All right, so Brendan, next time you need somebody to jump in with that part, you can see who to pick. And then right before we opened, Brendan and I were chatting about so the Harry Smith anthology. That's the second question. How many people have it or have ever heard it or listened to it or anything? Okay, I see a couple hands there. Very nice. It's such a beautiful. It's actually like aesthetically so beautiful, and it's in the most lovely box, shaped like or the same size as an actual album, which I think is really great. And it is really incredible. And when I was at the Library of Congress, I ended up being able to do some research on a lot of those songs and do, different inquiries that were really super fun. But just, I think recently, I was at the Brooklyn Folk Festival, and I believe this is a new thing. Brendan, maybe you know, but we were just talking about this before. This a company called Dust to Digital put out the Harry Smith anthology B-Sides. So it's like a journey through the opposite of his brain or something, like, which is really cool. Like there's a lot of talk about, like the songs that he picked and the orders and all that stuff. And so to look at the B-sides is actually a pretty neat thing. So throwing out a little plug for that new Brendan, do you know, is it new?
I would say it's like 3 years old, two,
Okay.
something like that.
All right. So in pandemic language, I think we call that
Yeah,
new because everything happened and we don't know.
cool stuff. They had an amazing collection 10 years ago called Goodbye Babylon.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, I've heard of that one. Remind me who that is?
that's another compilation of obscure 78 repertoire.
Wow.
And it's more focused. There's a lot of sacred material in that. Like it's a 6 volume set, and I think one volume is just recordings of sermons. But there's an amazing early gospel and shape note and other sacred traditions.
Very neat. Well, thank you so much for letting us know about all that. So, of course, we want to sing with you again, but I think we have a sort of an important thing to chat about, which is Blue. No, okay, I'm just kidding. Is Blue still available for a sighting, or has he gone off to his own universe?
He's gone back to his rug. He's
All
having.
right. We'll let him be peaceful. Can you tell us all about the excitement that you have coming up that involves Kathy B and lots of other fun stuff and the project you're putting together?
Yeah. So in 9 days, it gets sooner every day. I am headed to Ghana and Senegal for 3 weeks total. I'll be in Ghana for 2 weeks and then Senegal for a week. Um, the first 2 weeks in Ghana, I'm running a singing camp with Dr. Kathy Bullock, and that will be in multiple multiple regions of Ghana, working with a whole bunch of different Ghanaian song leaders and drummers and dancers. And then when that concludes, I'm taking myself to Senegal for a week, and I'm going to spend that week in a village in the Casamance, taking lessons on the akonting, which is one of the precursors to the banjo. And so I'm pretty excited about all that. It's quite the adventure. And I am excited. The other thing that feels important about this trip is the idea of reparations, um, which is a way to acknowledge that the wealth of this country and other, and certainly the United Kingdom and other colonizing countries, was built on the extracted wealth of the places they colonized. Huge amounts of wealth taken out of Ghana for sure, and Senegal. And so I've been thinking of ways to engage with reparations in a hopefully meaningful way, um, and that's ranging from big things to small things. I work with a violin maker who I have convinced to donate a $25,000 violin to the National Symphony of Ghana, and so I'll be traveling with this violin. And I went to my local high school and convinced them to donate about 25 soccer jerseys. So I'm going to outfit a school. We're spending time at a primary school. So they're going to get jerseys. I'm going to fill up the rest of that suitcase with soccer balls. And I'm also, this is the pitch now. I just realized I could invite other people to also join with me in this idea to pay some reparations. And I have a donation link where you can donate to my PayPal. And I'm going to use that money for sanitary pads and aspirin and condoms and other kind of basic things, and fill up any other space in the suitcase with those things. So if you feel so moved and wanted to donate, that's what it would go to.
Thank you so much, Brendan. Yeah, I see folks are clapping. Thank you so much, Brendan, for doing a 2-week singing camp with Kathy Bullock in Ghana, which just sounds amazing and like it's going to have such a great impact on folks who get to be on that journey. And then thank you for all of that effort. That's incredible that you got those donations. It's incredible that you're going to get more donations and put, more things in your suitcase. It's what an incredible journey. And I love when we get a chance to talk about reparations in this room, and specifically, those extractions of wealth from other countries that fed our country. And so I really, really appreciate you bringing that up. And let's all take a pause on that. So the link is in the chat here, and folks out on the live stream, the link is in the comment section. And please donate. And Brendan, thank you again from all of us. We're really grateful.
Thank you.
Anything else you'd like to share or say before I ask you to sing the song again?
No. Can I actually sing a different song?
Well, yeah, of course. Do we need lyrics of any sort?
You can learn it.
Okay.
And it's more of a traveling song. So it's called Going Across the Mountain. And the chorus is, going across the mountain, oh, fare thee well. Going across the mountain, you can hear my banjo tell. And this comes from the singing of Frank Prophet, who is a North Carolina balladeer and banjo player. And that chorus, it sounds like this. Chorus is, I'm going across the mountain, fare thee well. I'm going across the mountain, you can hear my banjo tell. Try that. I'm going across the mountain, fare thee well. I'm going across the mountain, you can hear my banjo tell. So that's just gonna be every other time. My rations, they're on my back, my powder, it is dry. I'm going across the mountain, Chrissy, don't you cry. I'm going across the mountain, fare thee well. I'm going across the mountain, you can hear my banjo tell. I'm going across the mountain to join the boys in blue. When this war is over, I'll come back to you. I'm going across the mountain, fare thee well. I'm going across the mountain, you can hear my banjo tell. I'm going across the mountain if I have to crawl. When I see old Johnny Reb, I'll give him my rifle ball. I'm going across the mountain, fare thee well. I'm going across the mountain, you can hear my banjo tell. I know you'll miss me when I'm gone, but I'm going through. When this war is over, I'll come back to you. I'm going across the mountain, fare thee well. I'm going across the mountain, you can hear my banjo tell. I'm going across the mountain, fare thee well. I'm going across the mountain, you can hear my banjo tell. one more. I'm going across the mountain, fare thee well. I'm going across the mountain, you can hear my banjo tell. I'm going across the mountain, you can hear my banjo. Hear my banjo tell.
Wow, thank you so much, Brendan.
Thank you.
That was really special, and that was actually a really nice way to end after the conversation that we were having. It was a great segue. Thank you for going across the mountain. And tell me again the name, or tell us, please, the name of the instrument you're going to be learning.
It's an akonting, Ekonting.
And do you expect that you'll come back with one, or do you already own one?
I do not already own one. I'm hoping to come back with one if I can figure out how to get it on the plane. They're kind of large.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's I mean it looks a lot like a banjo. It's a gourd body. It has, I think, just 3 full-length strings and a half string, and a round neck, so the strings are kind of in the air. And some of them look to be like they have a very long neck. So, and I don't think there's such a thing as an accounting case. So I might have to
Well,
take it apart and try and bring it back in pieces. Or currently my best hope, I end up having a direct flight back from Dakar. And so if I feels like maybe the best play is just to bring it on completely unprotected and hope strongly that it can end up in the closet.
I think that sounds like a good plan. Maybe get some lessons from Blue on puppy dog eyes and see what you can get working out for you.
Oh, yeah, they get harder the older you get, but
Yep. So, all right. Well, I'm so excited. I hope you do manage to bring one back just so we can be witness to some of the fruits of your labor. But looking forward to hearing about your trip when you do come back. And I think we're going to see you already sometime in September after you're back. So we've already got a plan to sing with you again. So we look forward to chatting then.
Thanks, everyone. Hope you have a good Saturday.
Thanks so much, Brendan. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. Let's all wave Brendan out of the room. Thanks, Brendan, for being here. Have a great rest of your Saturday. Countdown, 9 days. Have a good 9 days. And thanks, everybody in the room, for being here. Help me wave goodbye to everybody on the live stream. Bye, live stream. Great to see y'all. And let's say goodbye to everybody in here. Kevin in DC, thanks. Bob and Mabel and the Bears are not in Massachusetts. They're in Maine. Thank you for the correction. I hope you're having a lovely, lovely time. Carolyn, I'm not sure if you're new today. I sort of feel like I recognize you. If you want to stick afterwards, I'd love to say hi. Trish in the UK, thank you so much. Have a great time on your trip there. Kathy in Colorado, hope you feel better soon. Susan in Ohio, Kathy not in Colorado. Everybody's playing like musical, what's it called? Bingo, something or other here. So Kathy in Somewheresville and Susan in Cincinnati, thank you for being here today. Sheila in Florida, Michelle and Steve in Silver Spring, Maryland. Did I get that right? Okay, yeah, it looks like that's where they are. Arlene in California, Bob in Albany, Jamie in Virginia, Kevin in maybe New Hampshire. Yay, okay. Susan in Seattle, Kathleen in Albuquerque, Martha in Oregon, great to see you, Cricket in Maryland, Annette in California, Kat in Vermont, holding up something glorious. Thank you so much for showing us a glorious thing. Laris in the UK, thank you for being here. And Diane in Puerto Rico, thank you for being here. I love all of you guys who sit in the same spot, so I know I can say Diane in Puerto Rico because there's the familiar fan. And Deli in Maryland, thank you for being here. Storm in Massachusetts, it is August. It's the month where I'm going to say hello to people and where they are. And of course, they're on vacation to somewhere else. Jamie in Victoria, I recognize your background. Aloysius in the car. Lord knows where Aloysius is. That could be anywhere and anything. Dick and Kathy in Victoria, thank you so much for being here. And we're looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. So tomorrow, actually, quick announcement, I forgot. So Dennis, Dick, and Kathy are going to sing for us tomorrow. and all together, which I think is going to be supremely fabulous. And for everybody still in this room and anybody on the live stream, we have our monthly community sing on Monday night. That's the 21st, I think. Yes, got that. Okay. And we're going to have Thea Hopkins, the Amadons, and Joe Jenks singing. It's going to be a fantabulous time. So please join us. The link, of course, is on the Carpe Diem page. Just click on Community Sing and you'll find the way into the room or the live stream. All right, I'm going to say also goodbye to Carol in Connecticut. Glad we can see you today. And Hindi in Toronto, Moon in Alexandria. Hello, Caroline in DC. Nice to have your camera on. And let's see who else. Amanda and Miles in Michigan. Thank you so much for being here. Did I say Moon, Alexandria, Hoda in BC, Gary in Massachusetts, also with the camera on showing us his breakfast. Very nice. Bob on his iPhone, and Susan in Tacoma Park. Thank you so much, gang. Lots of love and hugs to everybody.